97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Hello and welcome to Politicos on CitiTV. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. This week, a member of parliament is murdered in cold blood. Whilst we are at that, Tafo is in conflict between Muslims and non-Muslims. Is the security situation out of control for the security services? Also this week, Afriwave has been awarded a contract to do interconnect clearinghouse. Good move. But why is Imani so worried? That's up for discussion. So this week, we woke up to news that a member of parliament, the sitting MP for Ebuakwa North, the Honorable J.B. Dankwa, was murdered by unknown assailants. We woke up to this terrible news and the country was in shock. Members of parliament were shocked. We sent a reporter to the house and the report was gruesome. We hear of a ladder that was planted. Was it an insider job or was it an external person? Franklin Bedu Jr. is a man who has been following this story. We know the police have arrested someone, but should that satisfy the family of the Honorable J.B. Dankwa already?
No, that could give the family some form of relief, but I don't think they will be satisfied yet. We need to find out if this particular suspect acted alone, or he had some accomplices, or he was instructed to commit such a blunder or to commit such an act.
Let's go back one step. So, in the wake of the death, we've heard reports, especially the MP for Ebuakwa South, that's the other constituency, the Honorable Atacha, MP for that area, has said it was a contract killing. Now we are hearing of we're hearing of a petty thief, sort of, who was involved in this crime. He was arrested whilst trying to decode the Honorable member's phone. We were expecting it to be a high-risk killer, not a petty thief. Did this come as a shock?
I don't think it came as a shock, and I think it would be unfair to describe him only as a petty thief. With the evidences gathered so far, it points to a scenario where there could be a case of contract killing. Because I doubt this particular suspect will just move into his house, stab him to death, and just steal mobile phones. That's not what petty thieves do. But a petty thief won't come to your house, stab you to death, and take a mobile phone. But the evidences so far suggest that there could be a contract killing. It's possible. It's being considered by the security agencies. For instance, there was a ladder. He seems to have had knowledge of the matrices of the house. He knew where he had to go to. He knew how to exit. So that's what is moving a lot of people to suggest or think that there's a possible case of contract killing.
And that brings me to the question. So you went to the house, you've seen the intricacies of the house, and for someone, an outsider, to understand and be able to negotiate, and not negotiate, but navigate and go commit this murder, do you think there could be an insider job in there or an inside partner?
With my experience with security services and such cases, it will be very difficult to find anyone enter a house and commit such a crime without having insider information. Definitely, this particular suspect may have carried out his background research very well, had enough information, and moved to his target. So I'm inclined to believe that definitely he had inside help or inside information.
Let's have a quick dash to the Ashanti region. So the town of Tafo, a suburb of Kumasi, also up in flames. We've seen mosques being burnt. We've heard of churches being vandalized. Youth have clashed between Muslim youth and traditional authorities over the fencing of a cemetery. Why should living people be fighting over the sleeping place of the dead? It doesn't come across as very sane. But what is the crux of the matter?
Okay, so the Muslim youth clashed with the youth indigents of the area in Tafo over a parcel of land on a cemetery. Because of the disagreement, it turned violent and chaotic, whereby one person has been declared dead and many others injured in this particular violence. What is happening right now is there is a curfew in the area to ensure that the violence does not erupt again.
And we know that some 40 persons have been rounded up.
40 persons have been rounded up pending their screening and pending further investigations. Now, my understanding, the information we have gathered suggests that the leadership of the Muslim community and the traditional authorities in the area are going to sit and talk to solve this particular issue. You know, Ghanaians do not joke with religion, and religion really inspires a lot of Ghanaians, be it a non-Muslim or a Muslim. So it's important for the two sides to dialogue on this particular situation to ensure that it does not escalate to an unimaginable proportion.
Very well. Thank you. So Franklin Bedu Jr. is a security analyst, in-house security analyst and reporter who has been following the conflict situation in Tafo, as well as the murder of the Member of Parliament for Ebuakwa North. To our second issue now. So in January 2015, a contract was awarded to a company called Afriwave. Their job, they were supposed to track and monitor calls that come into the country for the purposes of generating revenue for the country, for the government of Ghana. Fair deal. Why, a year on, is Imani Ghana worried over the matter? They have issued a statement. Yesterday, the National Communications Authority held a press conference to raise a number of concerns. They have said Imani's case is even fraudulent because they are basing the argument on a fraudulent document. Northern Akwa Hayford was at that press conference yesterday, and you asked that question that ruffled the NCA. What is Imani's case?
Now, Imani's case is very simple, Sanda. What they are saying is that there's a document that we have seen, and we have copies of that particular document. If you look at the scoring for the technical side, in fact, there were 4 areas that the NCA looked at in awarding that particular contract. That was technical expertise, looked at financial expertise or the financial capacity of the company, and then also the legal framework that governs these companies. So these were the 3 areas. And now the contention is on the area of technical scoring in terms of the marks that were given on the assessment or the evaluation that was done on these companies. Don't forget that the NCA established an independent panel, which was the application evaluation panel, and these people, there were 8 of them, and they had the expertise to deal with this particular issue.
So when we say there are inconsistencies with the points that were awarded to the companies, for instance, what was a typical example that where a company was awarded a point that they didn't deserve?
Now let's look at, there was one area we call the fitness of purpose. Now in that particular area, the inconsistency is that the total score that must be given a company is 1, but Afriwave was scored 4, and that makes it very shocking.
And what's the NCA's response to that?
Well, the NCA yesterday made it very clear that yes, they admit that there were some inconsistencies in the scoring.
We'll keep an eye on this story and see what is going to happen, because now what move next is Imani going to take? We'll be watching that closely and bring you a report on Politicos. And that's how we end this weekend's edition of Politicos. It was good coming your way. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. We'll catch you next week.